Hello everyone, welcome back to Total Football Talk. This is probably attempt 25 of this. Thank you for joining me. I'm having a nightmare with my bloody computer. We're going to talk about all the latest news and transfer news coming out of Manchester United. Hopefully I'll get to the end of this one. Going to try and do a quick roundup. Gabriel is making the headlines. We'll have a look at what's being said there. We'll have a look at what Manchester United are potentially planning to do going forward in terms of European football or lack of it. We'll look at what's being said about Andrew Onana, the midfield, and a little bit about Benjamin Sesko from one of our legend strikers. What are they saying? Let's jump into the headlines. Gabriel absolutely flying in the youth team, a 14-year-old playing at under 18 level. There's belief that Gabriel will become Manchester United's youngest ever player in the Premier League, surpassing Angel Gomez, who was 16 years and 263 years old. There is optimism that Gabriel, who turns 15 next month, will be given a taste of senior minutes under Ruben Amorim eventually. The kid is absolutely ripping it up. Under 18s, he is a 14-year-old and he's playing with essentially men to a certain degree. Maybe not men, but 4 years is a massive age jump. I've looked at my kids playing they play under 10s now. They were playing under 11s in the summer tournament, and it was a massive step up for them. Really difficult, and that was just one age group. And my kids, they can handle themselves, but that was really tough for them. 4 years up, that's just a completely different level. This kid is physically maturing. He is someone who's got a lot of ability. Dubbed the next kid Messi. I wouldn't say he plays like Messi. For me, reminds me more of a kind of Robin van Persie style player, or maybe more in the Yamal style. Brilliant player, world at his feet, long way to go. Got to stay humble, got to keep himself kind of moving in the right direction. But the club have done an amazing job trying to keep him together and to keep him at the club, because he's got a Irish passport, which gives him freedom to move within Europe. We know that Barcelona had massively scouted him and really keen to get their hands on him, but Manchester United have nailed him down to a 2-year contract. He'll be here till he's 16, and they've looked at a pathway for this young kid into the first team already, I believe, because otherwise I think he would have gone and maybe looked at the riches and the had that European climate. Maybe might have been calling him a little bit, but he is a Manchester United kid. He's a Manchester United supporter, and he's been playing in the youth team for a while now. So a lot of really positives here. I just hope we can keep him on the right path and bring him in at the right time, and that he justifies that early start. We've seen Max Diamonds getting a early start for Arsenal. We've seen Nwaneri also being in the same boat. Angel Gomez did get his opportunity early at Manchester United, didn't quite work out for him. We've seen other players, Mason Greenwood, Ravel Morrison, Marcus Rashford to a certain degree. A lot of hot prospects come through, but for various different reasons only got to certain levels at Manchester United. So this kid is making massive waves. But what do you think? Do you know much about him? Are you keen to know more about him? Get your thoughts in below. I'd love to hear. I'm going to try and rattle through this quickly. Okay, so Andrew Onana up next. Andrew Onana is understood to have turned down offers from other clubs after being told that he would be Manchester United's #1 goalkeeper before the end of the season. Onana had offers from other elsewhere. In fact, he turned down the chance to go to Monaco because he was under the impression that he was the forefront of Ruben Amorim's plans. Regular football is important to Onana, and it's now that the African Cup of Nations is coming up, and while there's extra motivation to maximise his earnings to support the Andrew Onana Foundation, and no Champions League football means 25% reduce in his salary. So obviously he had the opportunity to move to other clubs, didn't quite work out. He thought he was going to be Manchester United's #1, could have went to Monaco, didn't take that opportunity. The United stand were reporting back in March that Ruben Amorim did want to move him on, but he has actually stayed. He has tried to maybe fight for his place. He then went on a summer break, came back, got injured, played on an awful pitch in Cameroon. The clips are doing the round on social media. Came back, got injured, wasn't ready for the start of the season, and has now kind of dropped down the pecking order to the point where he's gone to Trabzonspor. Today it actually went through. I believe that he's fully signed, everything's done deal, and that he's going to be a Trabzonspor player on loan for the rest of the season. So that's where we are with that one. Moving on to the next little bit, for me, Semi Lamens, will he come in and play against Manchester City? I toss a coin. Hopefully he does. Don't know if he will. We'll just have to wait and see. Game day is coming. Will not be long before we know about it. Okay, let's move on to the next little bit of news, and that is this was coming from Ben Jacobs on the United stand yesterday. It doesn't have to be just Baleba or someone like Wharton. United could bring in two midfielders next year. Sorry, so that could be in one in January and one in the summer. Are Manchester United in a situation now where we can kind of revisit all the revisit the transfer market? Because my computer's going to die, I'm going to try and jump on this story quickly. I think we will maybe look at someone in January. We normally do loans in January, but we're under new regime. Let's see what they plan to do. I would love Baleba. I would love Warden. I think Casemiro might actually stay, but maybe he'll go, and then Bruno potentially and Saudi could go. And if they were both go, then we definitely need two midfielders, and these two guys could come in, and I think they could be absolutely. Next up, Ben had Sesko, but chose Ekitike. That's like leaving Haaland for Wood. Sesko doesn't need 10 chances. Give him 5 and he buries 4. Top 3 clinical finishes in the Premier League. Once United click, he'll score goals for breakfast, lunch and dinner. And I think what's brilliant about this is that Manchester United and that Andy Cole, a legend, is backing him, because we've had too many times when players have not been backed this season by our legends and they've been heavily criticised. Paul Scholes and Delit, etc. Paul Scholes does talk a lot of sense though, so I'm not going in heavy on him. But I think it's brilliant to see a striker who knows about that particular position, especially for Manchester United and all the problems that come with it. Andy Cole was a brilliant striker for Manchester United, scored a lot of goals, highly underrated and he's not well recognised within the pantheon of great strikers in the Premier League, which is really frustrating as me for United supporter, because he was brilliant. 5 Premier League titles, Champions League, all the rest of it. Absolutely class striker. And speaks very, very well as well. When he does speak, got plenty of good things to say. So he's back in Benjamin Sesko, and I'm absolutely delighted that that's brilliant news. And yeah, long may it continue. And let's hope Benjamin Sesko starts against City. And I just hope the kid has a really good game, because it's going to be difficult for him. He's stepping up a level. It's not Germany anymore. He's already said it in the international break that the Premier League is faster, it's more difficult, and he's going to take a little bit of time to adjust. I just hope he can adjust quick enough and allow himself to not go through the Rasmus Højlund 2.0 ringer, because with the media that's what's coming. It will come down the pipeline and he will get absolutely slaughtered for it. So I just hope that he does well in the future going forward. So there we are. That's all the news we have. If you're enjoying the content, please hit the old like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Get any of your comments in below. I'd love to hear from you. What do you think about Sesko? Do you think he can do the job? Do you think he should start against City? JJ Gabriel, where are you with him? Do you think he's the potential to kind of go on to be a superstar for Manchester United, or do you think he could just kind of fall into the same traps as previous players, all the hype, and then just for one reason or another not quite make it? And then the Andre Onana situation, he's gone. We've moved on. Sammy Lemens, I'm not entirely sure how you say it. It's going to be our number 1 goalkeeper moving forward. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see how we integrate him into the team, how quickly we can get him up to speed. And maybe the Manchester City game, no better game to throw him in the derby, sink or swim. Here we go. But yes, always tons of news about Manchester United. That's where we are. It's not quite a 10-minute, a bit under. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm going to leave it there. Computer's about to die. It's been driving me insane all day. If you've stuck around to the end, you're an absolute legend. Thank you very much. And hopefully the content will get better, and hopefully I'll get better at this too. Long way to go for me.